Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can always watch your Moon and Rising sign readings in addition to your Sun sign reading today for added clarity through the week, or in case your Sun sign reading doesn't resonate with you for any reason. This is for the week of October 10th through to the 17th. With a continued focus on healing, we're using the Healing with the Angels Oracle here for our main spread, and then as always drawing from the other decks, this week being the Wisdom of the Oracle. Wow, I almost forgot what they were called. Here, and then of course the Medicine cards. So this is a general reading for your sign, Scorpio. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So, what does Scorpio need to know about healing this week? I just want to make sure nothing else turned backwards here. Okay, so let's just get a little idea of what's going on with all these cards together here. These jumped out together, so I'm going to treat the card that jumped with the probable outcome card here being friendship as a qualifier to it. So the first thing I'm noticing is a great deal of expression, okay? Excitement around expression, excitement including changes. There are going to be big changes for you this week, Scorpio. Probably something that whether you're conscious or subconscious or was subconscious about is about to manifest. I'm 10 to 1 going to suggest that you were conscious of it just because you're one of the deeper signs, being the water sign, and you've probably made conscious efforts toward these changes. But even if something was sort of creeping along in the change route, something is going to sort of change in a big way this week for you. So again, whatever's most prominent in your life or that you are thinking about when you're hearing this is probably what it's going to be in relation to. We're looking at, like I said, big changes here. A great deal of probably freedom from something that you have been holding yourself back for whatever reason, for whatever reason. And it could just be your own sense of, a duty. Okay, so this sense of, I have to say this, I have to do this, I have to be this for, social expectations or relational expectations, or, I always have to make someone else feel better, so I'm going to put myself last, or somehow deny yourself something within a relationship here. It's very important to you, and that's probably going to come to an end. I don't think anyone's going to be mean about it. It's not like that. It just means that something organically here is going to sort of come to a close. And it's going to be with regard to how something is expressed, okay? Now, could this be through just a phone call or an email? Absolutely. But it could be because someone brings up something with you, that doesn't sit well with them, that you've already said or done. And it could even be from ages ago. And it could even be something that you are not interested in saying or doing anymore. And you don't want to be related to that, or you don't want to be associated with that, or have that reputation, as it were, because you're simply not that same person. Or at least if you are, you're so much more interested in evolving from that, that, you're going to make it known, that was then, of course, and this is now, and I'm okay developing it. So it could be that you're just more or less surrounded by people who aren't maybe developing or interested in your development as much as you are, or ready for your development as much as you are. Again, you owe them no apology, but it could upset something here. I think the goal is to continue moving on. Either, you know, again, when people are evolving, people tend to catch up with you, or you tend to meet people whom you have these things in common with, or you can have these discussions and developments with. So either way, it's not going to create a loneliness necessarily, but it could create the end of something, but organically, okay? Something that was essentially meant to come to an end here. Now remember, with each ending creates a new beginning, okay? Something beautiful awaits on the other side of that closed door, for example. So have heart, take heart that just because something closes, something else more beautiful and more significant for your life awaits. And have faith that that is developing here. And remember to stay expressive. This is your week to express. Here with playfulness in your central position, this is where we're looking at you. This is a sense of just, you know, learning or relearning how to have fun. Really even being flirty, if that's the case, if you have someone that you're interested in, or you could want to make someone know that you're interested in them. And again, it's not restricted to romance. It could be someone who's a friend or someone who's already an artist, and you're like, you know, I really like your art, and they appreciate you saying so, and you know, it makes you feel good. It gives you a feeling. This is what we're talking about here. Is this feeling of playfulness, right? If it has to do with a loved one or a romance, all the better. It's so beautiful to inject playfulness in a romance or a sense of sensuality here. Playfulness with regard to any sense of expression is beautiful because it's disarming, especially if you're talking to someone who's, you know, difficult or doesn't like the way you're proceeding here for whatever reason, right? People have their own interpretations of how we should all act and behave and, you know, achieve, and because a lot of times we spend a lot of effort aligning ourselves with other people. And in many ways, you know, we are our friends, right? We are the company we keep in many ways. But in order to disarm a situation this week where there could, like I said, be an organic ending to something here, it's really nice to keep heart. It's really nice to say, you know what, you go your way, I'll go mine. No bad blood, that type of thing. So if there's anything heavy around that theme this week, Scorpio, you're going to want to remember to disarm the situation, even if it's for yourself, and you need to sort of soothe yourself at this time. You can even just say, you know what, it's for the best. No bad blood. Maybe it's temporary. You know, it's all for the best, and stay light about it, okay? Try not to let that get you down. Here's where I'm looking at this being something that you've been working toward or yearning for or really kind of expecting, at least over a period of time. And this is where it could develop this week for you rather suddenly. It feels like something's, you know, coming together or something's developing for you kind of all of a sudden. This influencing the playfulness, obviously, answered prayer. This is where I see you sort of not backing down from your vision in terms of moving forward, and also not giving in to bad blood or, you know, he said and she said and that type of thing. Now, this could be a conscious or subconscious effort. As I mentioned at the start, very unlikely that this is a, you know, unconscious effort on your behalf. Being a Scorpio, you're ruled by both Mars and the planet of the underworld. So, of course, Mars and Pluto. So we're looking at something really deep and rather aggressive, okay? This is why I don't think it's going to catch you unaware. I think it's just in terms of, you know, you were sort of waiting on this. It was just a matter of time, that kind of thing. So, and here you are. Here's the matter of time. And you know, things are shifting, and this is where things are actually beginning to move, and, you know, it could take you off balance a little bit this week as well. If that's what's occurring, just trust in the process, trust that you have what it takes to move through this. Remember to keep a sense of playfulness and a sense of humor with regard to these changes. Friendship is in the probable outcome position, and of course, new love is in influence to friendship. So just looking at this briefly, we're looking at changes in our associations, okay? But the beautiful thing about the friendship card is that there, as I said before, it's an organic flip. It's not something, you don't have to be in a fight. You don't have to be mad at someone here. You don't have to try to convince someone of something. You might not even feel the need to be understood this week, okay? If someone wants to go to the wayside, or if someone doesn't want to see you build the life you want and desire for yourself, then that's their right to do that. But recognize that when they go, you remain true to yourself, okay? You don't have to please them. And certainly if they're to stay in your life, you're going to want to have healthy boundaries around any outside influence that could be dragging you down here. Now, that's the friendship card on its own. With the new love in influence to this is where I'm seeing, yes, a friendship or a comradeship could have an organic ending, or at least a pause, okay? This could be temporary. But something else is available to you. This is the other thing. So with the new love here, anything with new in it is about excitement, something that gives you a lot of energy, a lot of freedom, a lot of even, I would say, this sense of possibilities, right? So all of a sudden there'll be a sense of there's a creative force that's available for you here with new love, and a sense of higher expectations for yourself. Okay, maybe for a long time you knew exactly what you wanted, you knew exactly what you had to do to get it, etc. And for whatever reason, again, primarily it probably has something to do with someone else or someone else's ideas or influence here. And not that they're wrong and not that they're bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that everyone has their own perception, and not everyone, sees what you see or wants what you want. So you really need to be strict with yourself about that, so that you're not sort of divided and, again, trying to make everyone happy or appease people. But this sense of excitement is going to be purposeful, okay? It's going to include purpose. It's going to involve going in a new direction. And yes, this could absolutely be romantic. I always read, anything with cherubs. Of course, these are actual cupids. This could actually be a new love, a new relationship, a new romance, okay? A type of sensuality. But remember, love isn't restricted to romance. This could be a new type of love for yourself, a new type of way to express that you love about yourself, or you've learned to love about yourself. So ultimately, a sense of acceptance, right? A self-acceptance. You now appreciate and love, and you can express in this manner, regardless of what other people want from you here or expect from you. And remember too, that new love in relation to friendship could mean that you're not going to feel as though you're going through this alone or experiencing this alone either. It's probably going to be fairly easy for you to be introduced to someone else here, at least one other person who does understand what you're going through or what you want or what you have planned for yourself. That depends on if you want to share that with other people right now. But recognize if you are organically left, or if you're leaving a friendship here, that you do have other opportunities, okay, for friendships and relationships. Here with music being the general energy to the whole reading here, this is where we're looking at creative expression. Now, this is an exceptionally beautiful card because this is about authentic and unique expression. Something that you can offer and no one else can. Something that you have to feel, right? This is the beauty of the creative arts is, can you imagine someone out there creating a painting, for example, who, was thinking about dinner or, cleaning cat litter while they were doing it? No, they were, because they're focused, because they're in it, because their heart and soul, they're immersed in it. So, and this is what helps create your authentic expression. This is what's going on this week. And like I said earlier, this could be about you evaluating someone else's expression or evaluating someone else's art, something that appeals to you or speaks to you. and that being reinforced, that person saying, thank you, I invite you into my circle, or, I appreciate that. That helps me create even more. So a great deal of appreciation here. And of course, this could mean you yourself doing the expressive work. Music, to me, in this deck means the arts, okay? This is about creative expression, whether this is the way you talk, the way you perform, if this is textiles or painting or woodworking or public speaking, or if you're a surgeon. All of these, even if you're a parent, okay? If you're a lover, if you're, and you want to take something to the next level, or you want to really, surpass something here. You want to, get creative about something that for whatever reason you weren't before, or you weren't interested in trying to be creative about, or you just didn't have the faith in yourself or even the time. Now you'll be saying, oh yeah, no, I'm fine with this now. I believe in myself. I trust in myself that I know what to do next, and that it's the time for me. And like I said, here with the influence being answered prayer, there is a sense of relief around this for you this week, Scorpio. A sense of, finally it's sort of coming together. And it doesn't mean the outcome, something doesn't need to be solved or, established and put a period at the end of it and close the book. It could just be that, a phase of the development has been answered or achieved here. And now there's an opportunity to move forward the way you wanted to when you first began planning for this, or, developing this in your life. Because I do think this is a conscious effort, right? This is conscious, this is the outcome, this is the manifestation of a concerted effort. Look at this with breathe, just beautiful. So we've got an angel here in lotus position. This is really just a sense of you, walking yourself through this, really being, again, your own best friend. You're going to want to trust your instincts this week, Scorpio. Trust that you have what it takes, that you know that you're moving in the right direction. That you know that changes are necessary to personal growth, and that the end of something is really the beginning of something else. Try to let go with love this week. Make amends with yourself if you're mad at yourself for not doing or saying or believing something soon enough or fast enough. Everyone changes in their own time, so be gentle with yourself here as well. But of course, ultimately, with breathe, bring the expression here in the lotus position. You could be called to do meditation work, or simply slow down, okay? You don't have to sit in lotus and meditate if that's uncomfortable for you or you're unfamiliar with it. You can simply just slow down. If you've been wanting to read a book for pleasure, you might want to just slow down and take 15 or 20 minutes and look at that. Treat yourself to it and get into the habit of that, because that creates a feeling too. On the other hand, if you're looking at creative expression and you've been sort of putting something aside for the longest time, make room for that this week. If you've been wanting to sing, if you've been wanting to paint, or, write poetry, or whatever your creative expression is situated around, make time for that this week, okay? Because of the feeling it will give you will be exceptionally beautiful. It'll be very, very exciting, adding to both playfulness and a sense of, newness, right? That excitement, that's self-appreciation. So let's just a couple more shuffles here, and if we don't get a jumper, I'll pull from the center of the deck for you. Wow, with Hawk. Okay, so Messenger. This is where you're going to have your antenna up this week and probably just hear something you need to hear. Have something said to you that is really going to cement something for you. Again, something is going to happen in a flash for you this week that is going to feel like a prayer has been answered, that you're understood or you're understanding something in a unique way that is very healing to you. Also, you could be the messenger. Someone could be waiting or anticipating something that you are about to express or create here as well. So And remember, if you are a fan of someone right now, of someone's work, it could be a good week to reach out as well. It would be appreciated. And if you need that for yourself this week, as in addition to expressing to other people how important they are to you, give it to yourself. Give that gift to yourself this week, Scorpio. Messages could come through the meditative process as well. So whatever you're doing in that meditative state or in a calm or quiet environment for yourself, again, keep your antenna up. Trust your intuition more than anything this week, and stay playful. Try to remember to disarm any situation that feels heavy with humor, and it will get you through the tough times. So Scorpio, if you have a moment, please comment below. Let me know how this works out for you. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel, because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, take very good care of yourself. Bye for now.